Since ancient times, it has been clear that true fortune does not arise from chance, but from the vision of those who see beyond the obvious. Every coin, before becoming wealth, is a decision. Every decision, before becoming a path, is thought shaped by reason. Thus begins the art of multiplying what one has, observing, evaluating, and mastering one's impulses. For those who govern themselves also govern their possibilities. Most believe that becoming wealthy is a matter of luck, yet the ancients knew that luck only visits those prepared for it. Inner order creates outer order. Anyone seeking prosperity must first discipline their perception, avoiding illusions that seduce and deceive. Only then can wealth be built on solid foundations, rather than fragile promises that collapse at the slightest wind. Throughout the ages, those who grew in financial power were those who mastered time. They knew when to advance and when to remain still, for haste is the enemy of multiplication. Machiavelli wrote that a wise ruler acts according to opportunity. Here the same applies. Money flourishes when the terrain is fertile, and only the strategist recognizes when the soil is ready. To multiply resources, one must first understand their nature. Money is like a volatile ally. It approaches those who treat it with order and firmness, and distances itself from those ruled by disorder. Just as a prince strengthens himself by choosing capable allies, you strengthen your wealth by choosing lucid habits, prudent investments, and paths that expand rather than drain your strength. Most lose wealth because they search for shortcuts. Shortcuts promise speed, but cost dearly in spirit and pocket. True growth is born from continuity, not illusion. Learn from the ancient wise. A strong castle requires stone upon stone, never improvisation. Wealth built without foundation collapses, while wealth built with method becomes a legacy for those who follow. The first movement toward multiplying your money is cold observation. Nothing should be decided through enthusiasm, for enthusiasm blinds. The strategist sees the world as a board. Each piece has purpose, each advance has consequence. Before investing, ask, what terrain am I entering? When you understand the field, you dominate the game. When you ignore it, you become easy prey. The second movement is the mastery of desire. He who desires everything loses everything. The one who knows where to direct his energy grows. Multiplying money depends less on volume and more on direction. One well-placed coin is worth more than 100 scattered. As Machiavelli teaches in Moments of Prudence, to govern is to choose, to grow wealth is the same. The third movement is the intelligent use of losses. Even loss can be a teacher. The ancient philosophers affirmed that a fall reveals what is solid and what is illusion. Whoever learns from losses turns wounds into maps. Thus, each financial mistake can become the beginning of new prosperity, if faced with honesty and the intention to improve. Multiplying wealth also requires a deep understanding of value. Value does not lie only in accumulated money, but in the ability to make that money serve your purpose. Many accumulate, yet remain poor in spirit. Few use what they have with true intelligence. The wise know that purpose is a compass. Without it, even fortune becomes lost. Before advancing, accept that prosperity is not destiny but method. Each repeated action becomes a pillar. Each lucid choice becomes a wall. The path of multiplication is not turbulent for those who have learned to think as rulers of themselves. When the mind is ordered, wealth follows the same rhythm, opening doors where previously there were barriers. Every lasting prosperity begins with distinguishing the essential from the superfluous. Those who confuse brightness with value lose early. Those who separate appearance from substance build a steady future. Just as a wise ruler identifies true allies, the lucid investor identifies where money thrives and where it dies. Discernment is the lantern that illuminates every financial choice. Multiplying money requires more than calculations. It requires character. Those seduced by easy gains become slaves to promises that deliver nothing. The strategist treats each opportunity as territory to be analyzed. He recognizes that profit can be an enemy when it disguises risk. Prudence, therefore, is not weakness but the foundation of every secure expansion. Wealth grows when you understand that every resource has a natural purpose. Some protect, others expand, others open paths. A commander does not send his best troops into any battle. Likewise, One should not place money where it does not align with one's objectives. Order, clarity, and purpose. This is the tripod of multiplication. No empire was built by those who fear movement. So it is with wealth. Excessive fear paralyzes. Impulsivity destroys. True wisdom lies in balance between reason and courage. Machiavelli said that the strong shape their own fortune. Here it means acting when opportunity is real, and retreating when it merely imitates promise. Discipline is the invisible wall that protects all prosperity. Many begin with enthusiasm, few persist. Multiplication of capital comes through constancy, for the world rewards those who act firmly, not those who surrender at the first obstacle. Sustained habits outweigh grand but fleeting decisions. True wealth grows in silence before being seen by others. Anyone wishing to multiply money must learn to observe trends with the serenity of a sage. Nothing is permanent. Markets shift, opportunities evolve, risks transform. The prepared mind sees earlier, not because it predicts, but because it recognizes patterns. Each decision is born not from impulse, but from a deep reading of the unfolding scenario. The most common mistake among those who fail is confusing desire with strategy. Desire motivates but does not guide. Strategy guides but only flourishes when fed by the right desire. Combining these makes progress possible. Machiavelli taught that ruling is not about wanting power but knowing how to wield it. The same principle drives financial growth. Financial wisdom also means protecting what has already been won. A prudent ruler does not celebrate too early, for an incomplete victory weakens the kingdom. Likewise, the wise investor strengthens his base before expanding. He reduces vulnerabilities, adjusts routes, prepares for storms. Prosperity is not only growth, it is endurance. True multiplication begins when you are no longer a servant of money, but its strategist. Many work to accumulate. Few make money work for them. This shift requires vision, patience, and self-mastery. Those who achieve it understand that wealth is not quantity, but influence, the power to direct resources with intention and precision. As we advance, it becomes clear that multiplying wealth is not driven by impulse but by principles. Each choice must reflect wisdom, not haste. Each step must align with purpose. When strategy and mind become one, everything gains coherence. Time becomes an ally, risk becomes manageable, and prosperity becomes a natural outcome. The final stage of the journey requires understanding that all wealth is born from inner mastery. Those who govern their impulses gain freedom. Those who govern their choices gain power. Multiplying money is, above all, multiplying clarity. The world rewards those who act with discernment, reject illusions, and remain firm in the purpose that guides every step toward prosperity. As the strategist matures, he realizes that prosperity is not merely having more, but knowing why he desires more. Without purpose, wealth becomes a burden. With purpose, it becomes a tool. Machiavelli taught that every ruler must know his true intention. The same applies to wealth. Without direction, it disperses and is lost. The final principle is simple yet decisive. Expansion requires vigilance. Many prosper and then relax. Once relaxed, they lose what took years to build. The wise mind stays awake even when conditions appear favorable. It is in calm waters that silent mistakes emerge. Those who remain watchful keep their territory protected and their wealth growing. Before concluding, it must be understood that multiplying money is not a destiny reserved for a few. It is an art available to anyone disciplined enough to learn it. Strategy, patience, intentionality, and self-mastery form the pillars of lasting advancement. When applied consistently, they become the quiet force that transforms possibility into reality. If these reflections broadened your understanding and awakened new strategies for guiding your own fortune, leave your mark. Share in the comments what resonated most with you. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications. Strengthen this space so that more minds may learn, evolve, and prosper. Your action now is the next step in this journey.